Hi, my name is Cherry, and I'll be reading an excerpt and a poem from my story. Happiness radiates off her skin as she glances past me with her deep sapphire eyes and long, straight chocolate brown hair. Her teeth shine as bright as the sun, and her smile sticks in my mind like glue. She walks towards me, and I realize that I'm standing right in front of her locker. She spots me, stretches closer, and shoves me aside. Man, this new girl was harsh. Already, on the first week, she was one of the most popular girls in the entire school. My brain was still filled with thoughts and sights of her, but I knew asking her to formal was out of the question. The next day, the same thing happened, and I realized that I had my eyes set on another girl. I had found myself looking at a science nerd that had been my best friend since 7th grade, Amy. She had curly reddish-brown hair that caught the light in the wrong way, but she was beautiful inside and out. She had tan skin and pale green eyes that sat there like dull rocks in her eye sockets. Her curly hair was always free of tangles, but had a layer of fuzz on top. She came to me during lunch, and my stomach started to feel weird. My eyes fluttered, and I ran to the bathroom just in time for my throat to be filled with tangy, burning, chunky, warm fluid that flew out of my mouth just as I bent over the toilet bowl. My stomach still felt that twinge, but I scampered back out to the lunchroom after a series of water splashes to the face. I ate back in the bathroom after another bout of chunky fluid was released, and soon the bell rang, signaling the time to get ready for class. Saved by the bell, yet again. I raced home after my last class, unlocking the front door and practically diving into the fridge, looking at a substitution for all of my lost food. An unhealthy microwavable cheeseburger stood in front of me. While the burger was warming in the microwave, I went to the computer to look up an answer for my girl phobia. I found answers that were not good enough for me. Follow your instinct. I had no instinct. With no solutions and only my heart to spare, I walked back to the kitchen and pulled out my burger. I sank my teeth into the rich, juicy meat and slipped out of reality. In my fantasy, I pictured a land of candy, with only one thing sweeter than candy in it, Amy. As I fell back out of my daydream, I became disappointed that it had ended. My stomach felt much better, and I walked into my room, looking for something to take my mind off her. I decided to go back to my school since I had forgotten my lunch bag there. As I walked through the double doors, I stopped in my tracks, screamed at the top of my lungs, and ran as fast as I could back to my house to realize what I had seen. Chapter 2. I rushed to school the next morning, skipping brushing my wild mop of hair. My shoes were untied, and I kept tripping over the laces, almost falling, but I made it to school just in time to tell Amy about the murder that I had seen in our classroom. Amy, I said, panting, almost barfing yet again. She was walking slowly towards the corner store that was near our school. Amy, I saw some girl from our school who was murdered at our school. She spun around and stared at me, shocked by what she had heard. You saw what? She sure took things well. Spike, this is really important. You know how safe this school has been for so many years. Nobody will ever attend this again because we let this slip out that someone here died. Then we realized that the body from the girl had not been moved, and school would start in a few minutes. As we sprinted through the school hallways, we came upon the dead body. Amy spoke first. I know who that is. What? I answered. It's the most popular girl, Summer. Summer had been the most popular kid in school, along with her new cohort, the old crush Juniper. Summer had been popular, but she wasn't like those popular girls in movies. She was thoughtful, kind, and responsible. She wasn't mean to a single soul, so who knows why a person would murder her. There was that thought of Emma's popularity again, Juniper. She could have easily had a motive to kill Summer, more attention on her. Amy looked at me, and I knew that we were thinking the exact same thing, but we couldn't jump to conclusions that fast. We picked up the body that was surprisingly dry and clean and heaved it out of the window. We jogged down the stairs, went outside, and hid the body in the bushes. We played hooky for the rest of the day to go to the park and write a suspect list. Suspects. 1. Anthony, motive, ex-boyfriend. 2. Juniper, motive, popularity. 3. Random serial killer, motive, boredom. 5. Aaron Johnson, motive, another ex. 6. Jason Runo, motive, third ex. 7. Arabe Toyle, motive, fourth ex. 8. Nella Kashefi, motive, enemy of Summer. That list was all we came up with, but now I have to tell you what happened during the rest of the day. That's it. And this is a poem I wrote about the fires of Pompeii. together, belonging, different types of people intertwined, cultures mixing, helping each other along, learning the ways of the other, one teaching the next, loving until day breaks, the wind dancing across the connection they share. They are together. But soon the rumbling comes, and ashes cover the barren landscape, scattered bodies of lost hope that have fallen against the power of power itself. The love that has been shared has now died, and what is left of it dissolves into the gray, choking ash that hugs the bodies of hope that has given up on. The smell of death kisses love and passion goodbye. Everything is gone.